Welcome to my reading room. Thank you for listening in. I am your host, Rebecca Budd, and I look forward to sharing this moment with you. Emily Carr was a Canadian artist and writer inspired by the Indigenous peoples of the Pacific Northwest coast. Born in 1871, she was one of the first painters in Canada to adopt a Modernist and Post-Impressionist painting style. As a writer, Emily was one of the earliest chroniclers of life in British Columbia. Along with the group of 7, she became a leading figure in Canadian modern art in the 20th century. She spent the greater part of her life living and working in Victoria, British Columbia, where she struggled to receive critical acceptance. In her biography, Growing Pains, Emily tells her life story, growing up in British Columbia, of attending art schools in London, San Francisco, and Paris, and of her return home to Victoria. This podcast is the first in the series of readings from Growing Pains, the autobiography of Emily Carr. Today, I will be reading the poignant introduction by Ira Dilworth. Dear Emily, you have asked me to write a foreword to your autobiography. This summing up of a number of things that have mattered in your life. It is a hard task, but one for which I thank you. What can I say? Certainly nothing that can possibly matter much. I know how courageous your life has been, how dauntless your purpose, how unshaken and unshakable your faith, that this is not all, that we go on. I know too how intensely you have felt the influence of nature, its loveliness, its deep solemnity, its mystic, overwhelming power to strike awe and sometimes terror in our hearts. You have told us of your reactions to those forces in your painting and your writing. Canadians will remember as they open this book and will be grateful. You will understand when I say that I should like a poem to stand as preface to your book, a poem which we have both admired so much. Thomas Hardy's Afterwards. I know, and you know, that Hardy did not think it a sad poem, just a comment and a summing up. So, Emily, I shirk my task and set as foreword to your autobiography these lines. When the present has latched its postern behind my tremulous day, and the May month flaps its glad green leaves like wings, delicate filmed as new spin silk, will the neighbors say, he was a man who used to notice such things? If it be in the dusk when, like an eyelid soundless blink, the dewfall hawk comes crossing the shades to alight upon the wind-warped upland thorn, a gazer may think, to him this must have been a familiar sight. If I pass during some nocturnal blackness, mothy and warm, when the hedgehog travels furtively over the lawn, one may say, he strove that such innocent creatures should come to no harm. But he could do little for them, and now he is gone. If, when hearing that I have been stilled at last, they stand at the door, watching the full starred heavens that winter sees? Will this thought rise on those who will meet my face no more? He was one who had an eye for such mysteries. And will any say, when my bell of quittance is heard in the gloom, and a crossing breeze cuts a pause in its outrollings, till they rise again, as they were a new bell's boom? He hears it not now, but used to notice such things. There is a change somewhere in the east. In my western garden this evening, grosbeaks are paying their annual visit, a brief pause in our elm trees during their migration. And high in the Canadian sky, wild geese, great flocks of them, are shouting their mysterious cry. They are all going on as you and I must, Emily. Life will not stand still. So fare forward, dear soul. Ira Dilworth. Thank you for joining me in my reading room. Until next time we meet, I wish you many reading adventures. Growing Pains, the autobiography of Emily Carr, is in the Canadian public domain.